Trying to understand who this applies to. So if you came here in the 1970s as an Asian person fleeing from Idi Amin's policies in Uganda, you've lived here for 40 years, but you're on a low income with independent leave to remain. Under your policy, if your income is too low, then you would be asked to leave.
No, because you would have a pathway to citizenship. So the pathway to citizenship remains. And most of the people you're describing there, Ed, would have already claimed citizenship. So again, what constantly seems to happen is this hysterical referral to some hypothetical that largely does not exist because the path to citizenship continues to exist.
We're just trying to understand it. So if you came here from Hong Kong in 2020, escaping there because you were a refugee and were given a citizenship, independent leave to remain from Boris Johnson's government, or you are on track to get that, would you now lose that if there was a reform government?
For those who have come here from Hong Kong as part of that BNO visa program, those people, a significant portion, would qualify for the work visa if they wanted to do that. And if they didn't, there would be a humanitarian visa that would continue to be available to them and ultimately citizenship.
And if you
we are talking about the 3.8 million non-EU migrants who came here under Boris Johnson, who are going to be hundreds of billions of pounds worth of a drain on the British taxpayers' purse. We can ill afford it, and it's totally unfair on the people watching this programme for them to go to work to pay for that.
But I thought you said that people who came here on the post-Brexit deal agreed with the EU wouldn't have this policy applied to them. I mean, listening to you speaking, if you came from Uganda, if you came from Hong Kong, as I understand it, if you came from the EU, you're going to say, actually, either you're going to become a citizen or you're going to be on a new humanitarian visa. Who are the people you're actually going to deport? I mean, isn't this a bit of a con?
Ed, either I misheard you or you referred to Uganda and Hong Kong as inside the EU. Obviously, those are not countries in the EU. What we have said is we're talking about indefinite leave to remain.
Or Uganda,
we're talking about indefinite leave to remain.
Don't be silly, Zia.
Here are the facts, Ed. Here are the facts. There were 3.8 million people brought in as part of what we call this Boris wave, against the wishes of the British people who voted for less immigration. Instead, they got afterburners put on immigration. Over 90% of those people are from non-EU countries. And any sensible, reasonable estimate of the cost of those people to the British taxpayer, because the majority are dependents, half of them do not work and never will be hundreds of billions of pounds. Those are the people that we are primarily concerned about. Well, we make no apologies for this.
How many of them will you
British
deport
welfare funded by the British taxpayer should not be payable to foreign nationals. And it is unacceptable that that continues to happen.
You said you were going to deport illegal immigrants, but these people who came here legally, how many of them will you deport in the first Parliament of Reform government in order to make these savings that you say you can make?
Well, the most important thing is that we're going to stop the benefits from going to people who are those foreign nationals. That's the thing that is going to save people money. And once that happens, all the evidence, if you look at sensible countries around the world who have serious immigration policies and successful immigration policies, and, by the way, uphold their borders, those people leave of their own accord. But again, we make no apologies for this. Under a reform government, yes, we will enforce immigration law. I know that might send some people hysterical in the political establishment because that hasn't happened for decades, but I think British people expect our borders to be upheld. Look, just over the weekend, just yesterday, 125 illegal migrants crossed the Channel in a single boat. That's a record. The only thing that Labour are doing is breaking record in some kind of new industrial revolution inside the illegal dinghy market. Our borders are porous. The British people are sick and tired of it, Ed. And I'm sorry, calling them racist simply will not work.
The problem is